Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Shoutcast, and yes, this time the game is already underway. I find myself running out of things to talk about in these 2 versus 2 kind of matchups, smaller games, so yes, I'll skip the beginning because it's oftentimes not a whole lot different, not a whole lot of things going on, so it makes my life easier, Shoutcast shorter. Ideally, I'd like to keep them 45 minutes longest, and I have a feeling that this one is going to take a while, so. Anyway, this is a tournament game, and hopefully this time the frickin' broadcast or the shoutcast will work. I've had a hard time getting these shoutcasts working for the tournament. Anywho, this is Forgotten Lands, map by Certus. The first map he released for multiplayer that I know of, anyway. And well, the map looks nice, but there are lots of problems. I think also with it. I think the most obvious one that people say is the trees. There's just so many trees on this map. But a very good first map, not to take any credit away from him. And also just to know the great skill of Certus, he made Richland, which is possibly the best 8-player map out there. Anyway, we'll get started on introducing the players. This is Koczis playing on the top left location. I think it's location 1. But again, I'm not sure. I'll just say left, right, top left, bottom left, etc., etc., that kind of stuff. Because I do not know the locations very well on this map. Or at all, really. Having only played it once. Let's see, this location has coal in several places. Certus is a fan of that, I've noticed, having lots of different spots for coal. Obviously it can cause problems with your people having to run around to so many different places to pick up the coal. Already getting started on his third woodcutter, or sawmill. That's actually kind of surprising, especially since he has so much wood and only 1, 2, 3, 4 sawmill or woodcutters. That's I'm not sure exactly why he did that. Maybe I would know if I watched the beginning of the game, but and already a third school. This is interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on what's going on here. But we'll continue with the players for now. This is Bludmaster playing on the top right location. Let's see this location. Comparably, the iron is about the same distance. I think this location might be slightly better. Nah, slightly worse, I think. It's hard to say. He can build coal mines on his way to the gold. That's always nice, whereas Koczis kind of has to go out of his way a little bit. But it's hard to say. I don't really like saying things without looking into it a little bit more. Again, though, lots of trees. So none of these locations will have problems with wood. Bludmaster is building a stable. And 3 sawmills. Still, I need to check my sawmill when I'm building my third sawmill, because again, I still feel like this might be a little early, not sure. But maybe it just feels early because I skipped the beginning of the game, right? And down here, this is actually, I do not know who this is. Mexican T, very strong player. He's friends with a Madgamer, so that goes away. And I think that's actually who his teammate is this game. I don't know the tournament too well, so I can't say much. Need I say it again, lots of trees in this location, infinite building space. Don't really like how he has his farms here. I feel like he's wasting a lot of time building this road, just the farms. I feel like he could have done it a little bit more efficiently, but I digress. Lots of farms early on too, probably because of the stable. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8 farms already at 37 minutes. Really surprising. And he does seem to be doing quite nice with his iron even. Well, I take that back. Nothing special with the iron for sure. We'll probably have 20 swords total, 10 knights to go. If he does it really, I don't know, depending on how he plays it, he might be able to get more than 20 swords, but I think 20 is probably the tops that I'll be expecting. I often see Mexican tea go really heavy on leather strategies, and that might be where a lot of these farms are coming from to support the large amount of leather with this farm. I don't know how much fish goes along on this map, but I'm going to slow the game down, and yeah, there is fish up here too, and looks like quite a bit of it too, actually. I'll have to check the numbers later on, but it looks like there's a lot of fish there, and he does have fish down here too, so food definitely not going to be a problem for him. And this is Madgamer, so a very nice combination. Madgamer's probably the best Dutch player playing at the moment. Well, hopefully we all know who the best Dutch player ever is, and that's the Revolution. Maybe someday he'll play again, as I always long for that. But I digress. At the moment, we see Madgamer, and who is building a bit like Revolution, actually. I see these kind of farms from Revolution all the time, and sometimes I swear this is the same person, but that's kind of just a joke. Kind of. Anyway. Pretty nice woodcutters here, actually. I kind of like this, and sawmills aren't far away either. Actually, the sawmills are perfect, really. I mean, look at this. The sawmills are right in the middle of his base, so he can quickly get wood distributed throughout where he's building his houses. And that's very nice. He's got quite a bit of cushion right here, maybe just to stem the traffic flow, but that's really isn't needed, I guess. He just figured he didn't need any extra space on either side of his village, so he thought he'd put a little padding there. No harm in it. It's something you want to avoid if you can, because it really is just delaying your village, but just one little cushion isn't a big deal, especially since it really will help a little bit with traffic in the first place, so no need to cry over it. We'll go back up to Koczis and see if anything crazy is going on here, just because it did seem unusual to have so many sawmills in such an early school. I'm 82 serfs at 50 minutes. It's a normal amount. Yeah, he only 10 minutes of peace time, so yeah, I mean, it's no... it's how much you should have. Maybe a little bit extra, and as you can see, he does have some lazy serfs, so he'll really be able to capitalize on his production. He's got 8 farms also. That's how many Mexican had a moment ago. And Mexican's actually has way too many farms at the moment. Looks like he's got a lot of corn lying around. Is he building another... I thought I saw a mill, but no, I didn't. Here's one right here. I don't think that's what I was thinking about, but I digress. Building another stable and another swine farm. Will we have enough to support that? That's 5, 8. You shoot. It's really confusing for me when you get past 7 farms, because it starts to get... I don't normally build more than that. So to be honest, I'm not very comfortable with giving you an estimation on will this be enough. But maybe for a little while it'll run perfectly fine, and he'll add another couple farms in later, because, you know, with 4 farms here with 5 corn in them. This one only has 4, but still, now it has 5. So 3 fully booked farms. Obviously, it's gonna run for a little while. And I don't really like the idea of the bakery at all. But better that than the starve, I suppose. I would just put an extra fisher up here probably and wait for my sausages to come in and maybe place down a couple of vineyards instead. But with all the extra corn, really, actually, the bakery is probably a better idea. Bakeries do take a lot less space than wine, so. But the problem though is it's taking away focus on your corn, so your buildings might have a little bit of shortage because of that. Your corn-eating buildings. Let's see. Madgamer going for the sausages and wine, looks like, and I do hear a mill working. Where is that? 2 mills, actually. What is he doing? 2 swine farms. Actually, a really nice job by him. 30, about, yeah, really nice army from him, actually. Getting 40-some leather. Excuse me, taking a drink right there. Shoutcasting really makes me thirsty. All the talking I'm doing. Yeah, splendid job from Madgamer. This is really a superb performance. This tower down here, not needed. I really don't see the point in it. Yeah, you might stop a scout from coming down here, but if people are exploring in your base down here, it really doesn't make a difference. So I don't really think there's any point in putting towers there. Just put towers here, and whoa, my goodness, nice tower defense too. Wow, Madgamer, really nice job. I know it's a really easy map because of all the trees, but still, a very nice city and good army to go with it. Look at Koczis. Looks like pretty nice. Also, he's got some axe fighters and quite a few knights. Really well balanced army. 10 sword fighters, 15 axe fighters, about 30 bowmen, 10 knights. Really good army also. Almost identical, really, except we got some pikes and lances over here instead of axe fighters. Oh, and axe fighters. Although, I would make the sword fighters over the the axe fighters over the bowmen myself. But that's just me. But wow, Bludmaster did a very nice job here. And then Mexican, like I said, yeah, he was pretty late going up on the iron, so his army here is still good. But when you compare it to the other guys I just showed you, obviously it doesn't look near as good. But still, don't take credit away from this guy. Still, nice job. Still a nice job. Anyway, I'm putting my foot in my mouth here. He has 10 farms though, so his city is going to definitely help him get back up in the game. Everyone doing pretty good on their peacetime armies though, so I shouldn't expect any kind of dramatic. Man, I can't freaking talk right now. I don't expect a huge forget it. I won't expect someone to get crushed early on here. How about that? I don't often see Koczis or Bludmaster attacking together when they've been playing their games together. I haven't seen them attack right away, so yeah, I really don't expect it. But look at the players' exploration. Mexican and Madgamer doing a way better job. This is really nice exploration. They can see most of where the army would be, so if they attack. So they should really try to focus their attacks on Bludmaster, just because they have that exploration. So if they can choose where to fight, they should fight over by Bludmaster because of that exploration. Engagement here. Koczis could have lost all his, well, maybe not all his knights, but quite a few. If he would have got caught there. Players killing off their builders, so they don't need to feed them. See how the players are doing economically. Looks like Madgamer has really nice food. Mexican's food is pretty good. I expect it to only get better. See if I can keep an eye on that as a mini-map. Food, not good for Bludmaster. He's has some hunger problems. Not many, but in all, more than his enemy. Koczis looks like only having one in. He's building a third butcher. He must have pigs piling up. Or a hungry butcher could be. No, not quite. Not sure exactly why. Well, Koczis is hungry there. Here you can spot out a problem right away, and the map as the top does have a huge advantage in that they can harm the other player's economy easily by attacking these gold mines, whereas the bottom has no possibility at all of harming the economy from outside the base. Something to keep in mind if you're making a map is all aspects like that. Both players actually have a more vulnerable gold. So it's a problem. Tops, I think, maybe a little easier to defend, hard to say. And here we are, the engagement. Looks like they will lose here. They are in the minority, and their forces are kind of not in the fight. I mean, these guys aren't doing anything. By the time they get there, their comrade melee units will be all cleaned up. Mixon actually getting his horses where he needs them, but getting pushed away there. The nice thing is, though, it kept... they shouldn't have sent all those knights in. Or maybe... Whoa, Bludmaster having his entire army away, too. I was going to say they shouldn't have sent all their knights in to defend, but I guess maybe they wouldn't have won that fight down there anyway. And it seems to have ended up working out. They do seem to have the upper hand. Just because of these knights. Knights, though. Just because of these. That is a nice bonus. Madgamer doing a nice job. Making the most out of those trapped knights as possible. Would have been smart for Bludmaster Koczis to put some bowmen here, though, to attack these bowmen, as they wouldn't have been able to defend themselves and attack these knights at the same time. And Bludmaster looks like he's eager to finish this game off, but he does not know how many towers, just how many towers they have to deal with. He does see them all now, but I'm assuming after seeing this, he's probably expecting even more now. There's... Thought we were going to see an engagement there, but I guess not. Madgamer rebuilding his mine. And what do you think here? Is the top stronger or is the bottom stronger? I'd say the bottom is definitely stronger, even with without the towers, or excuse me, even with the towers in the equation. I think the top is still stronger. And the thing you never... It's fun to be in a situation when you're sieging, and when you're being besieged it can be stressful, but I wouldn't call it boring. When you're watching a siege, man is it boring. I just want to skip this part of the Shoutcast because I don't know what to say. I can't really look around at their economies because, you know, they could attack and I would miss it. But there really isn't much to say about what's going on here. You see they're hungry, so they'll probably fight soon. Most players, it's almost etiquette. You know, you want to attack with your soldiers rather than watch them starve to death. But since I think it's pretty safe to say Bludmaster and Koczis won the first fight, it would be smart for them to attack anyway, as you'll lose your advantage if you let your troops starve. Here they go again. Really don't like having their knights so far up here. I mean, there's no point having them so far away. It just takes so long for them to get into combat now, and their sword fighters down here were kind of wasted. And they're definitely going to lose this fight now, as I mean, they just don't have enough melee to get into with bows now. And they do retreat. Actually, I don't know if it really was a retreat situation. Okay. But, you know, the towers are being refilled, and they lost a lot of melee. Continuing to make bows. If they can feed these bowmen, it'd be a nice advantage. So they wouldn't have to make additional bowmen. Anytime you can save your range units, that's nice. Your melee will always die, but you do have possibility to keep your ranged alive after fights. And that can give you a big advantage over an opponent, in that he might have to continue to make his ranged, whereas you won't. Looks like they're going for long game though. No one's going to attack yet. So we'll speed things up, check out the economies of the player, see what's going on. Rebuilding some coal mines, it's really essential that you remember to do that. If you don't, then you'll eventually forfeiting any kind of long game potential, because you'll run out of gold, since your metallurgists won't have room to work. And it does seem to be the metallurgists usually that stop working, since they don't have the coal needed to do so. Moving the fight over here, maybe I guess they'll figure out more luck on this front. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't know why players do this all the time. With 48 shields in the barracks, you think you'd stop making axes. I don't know why he continues to make them. Maybe he's just hasn't noticed. He's paying so much attention to fighting, making sure he doesn't miss micro. But I mean, with all this leather, you'd think you might want to get some wooden weapons into there, and wooden shields are taking up a lot of potential lances, axes, bows, etc. that he could be making. And actually having a little bit of a food problem. Trade 15 to 20 of those wooden shields for loaves, and you are your food problems are solved for the foreseeable future. It'll at least get him time to build another bakery or whatever he needs to do. Moving back over here, I guess maybe they just didn't want to see these towers go back up, so they move. I don't really understand exactly the logic behind why they keep moving back and forth. Obviously, there's no harm in it if they're not attacking in the first place. I mean, if they're not going to go in, I suppose, but nonetheless, here we go. Madgamer getting a little aggressive with his horses. As you can see, it paid off because he did kill a couple of bowmen. And yeah, sorry I am going so fast. I just don't like sitting for so long, and this game is already already a long one. You know, I don't much enjoy sitting for hours upon hours making a shoutcast, and I assume most people don't feel like watching an hour-long video in the first place. So, Koczis doing the right thing though. Again, attacking this gold mine. A little cheap, just because Madgamer has no possibility to do it himself, but it is a tournament and players are playing to win, so you take every advantage you can get. Now, if I were Koczis and Bludmaster, I would make it a strategy to kind of form a line here if possible, because that would prevent Madgamer from being able to access his coal. And there goes that coal mine. And if Koczis is paying attention, he can run back over here and take a one-shot at this gold mine. And too late. He was just a smidgen late. So that gold mine gonna go back up. And taking out this gold mine, I thought he might go for this one since it's literally at half health. So, but I guess not. Go back over to the economy of Mexican tea. He's finally building some vineyards. I guess maybe he's hoping that somehow get out of this never having enough food. So yeah, you'll get that problem when you're building two stables. Again though, so many weapons in his barracks. My goodness, 60 leather and 60 wooden shields. maybe trade some of that leather for gold chests because he's not even getting enough recruits to make weapons now, or troops now. He's got a market, so I don't know why not abuse it, huh? Bludmaster trading axes for stones now. Probably doesn't feel like remaking Koczis, doesn't think it's worth it, so he'll just trade a few extra axes. I think actually it would be wise for him to put a quarry down. And yes, he is, okay. Maybe he's trading some axes to get enough stones to make a quarry, could be what it is. And Madgamer continuing to make towers. Again, it's a tournament, play to win, so you know, make towers and abuse it. And Madgamer really doing the smart thing here, making extra markets and another swine farm. He's not stopping, he's continuing to build, and that's actually not a bad idea if you have the serfs and resources to continue making buildings after peacetime is over. Then it's definitely good, as any advantage you can get over your opponent is a good one. And speaking of advantages, again, Koczis taking down this gold mine. It looked like Madgamer kind of was giving up on it for now, but and not repairing it. Probably a little low on laborers at this time, yeah. So probably not so eager to throw them away, especially when gold is so tight at this stage in the game, although not maybe not so tight, as he's not even training recruits at this moment. Probably should shut the mills off or start trading away some bread, because he's got way more bread than he needs. Even if he were to feed his army, you don't need 3 bakeries running 90 loaves, coming down 100 in the storehouse. Maybe he's planning on trading bread for stuff, I don't know. I have seen Toad trade bread for crossbows before, so hey, what the heck, anything's possible, right? Looks like this amount of leather armor is finally going down. I don't know if he, and there's the trade, wooden shields to loaves. Very nice trade, actually. And here comes a fight. These guys are actually leaving their base now, and oh my goodness, where did this come from? Where did oh my goodness. I don't know where all these knights came from, but my goodness, have you ever seen so many knights this late in the game? Oh my goodness. And he's not even doing anything with them. I've seen this so many times this game. I think maybe he's so worried about his economy, he's looking at that during the fight, and not his knights. Who knows? But they end up losing the fight because they ended up getting just surrounded here without any range support. 30 knights look like just thrown down the drain. Look like they should have had, I mean, so many horses. Though Bludmaster, fair to say, he did have quite a few himself. And now it looks like the game is definitely in the favor of Bludmaster and Koczis. Again, just slaughtering their enemy. Madgamer's got to be really disappointed at this point, and probably increasing frustration from Mexican, as he still is having a hard time getting soldiers out of that barracks. Suicide by Bowman here a little bit. 116 loaves at this point. Probably wishes he could send some over to Mexican. Although Mexican does seem to have got a pretty good grip on his food, so not the problem for him now. Wonder how everyone else is doing. It looks like, no, I don't know how long this has been up. I was going to say just now, but actually it's probably been up for quite a while now. Really important to get a second in the late game, and even before peacetime if possible. Koczis still had pretty bad food problems, and Bludmaster, not food problems, but I would still call it a food shortage. The economies of Koczis and Bludmaster are looking definitely inferior, but they're doing a way better job managing the resources they have. These weapons in the bank are doing nothing. I mean, if Mexican were to train these units, and, well, see, Madgamer's doing a pretty good job with his, but if Mexican could train all these units, the game would definitely be won. I mean, you just compare that to this, and you can see that Mexican would easily be able to turn the game around. At this point, if I were him, maybe shut iron production off altogether. If he's running or coal production only to gold for a small amount of time, maybe make a fourth metallurgist. Even if he doesn't use a third iron mine or gold mine or fourth gold mine, just make a fourth metallurgist to ensure that all your gold is being produced. Madgamer making scouts now, having so many horses and no iron weapons to make knights, so scouts better than axe fighters, so why not? He has way more food than he needs, so might as well. Might as well continue making scouts. And I think we see 3 inns from Madgamer even. No, just 2. Okay. I thought that might have been a 3rd inn. And no, there it is right here. 3 inns going up for Madgamer. I've never seen it before in any high-level game. Send me a message or make a comment below if you've ever seen it before and where, because I've never seen such a monster-like game market-abusing base before. In high-level play, anyway. I'm sure randoms are all the time making 12 inns to make their huge bases they make in their 120-minute peacetime Cursor Ravine games, but in a game like this, in an open, or relatively open map, high-level play, no, you're not often seeing such a base. It's really something special. Looks like we had some starved bowmen. Mexican T still not putting food in the bank, which isn't a problem, but as he's having a hard time making troops in the first place. I really am looking forward to seeing the horsecraft. Maybe you are too, just because I feel like I'm guessing 300 horses made between all players, but that's probably on the low end. There could probably be 100 horses per person on average, actually. So I'll put it at 340 horses on the low end and maybe 400 very tops. That's my guess. If I'm way off, go ahead and laugh at me. You have my permission to do so. And actually, well, I guess Madgamer would be in a better position to do that because he does have scouts, but it would be interesting to see some horses go down and raid the back of the economy. You never see things like that, but hey, you never see 3 inns also, so it could be interesting. And I say scouts because I would rather see my scouts get caught and slaughtered in an enemy base, only killing serfs than anything else. And here it is, another sally from the bottom, and once again, just not even all the forces in the fight. And here's that sneak attack I was talking about from Koczis. Looks like he thought he tried doing it. But again, not a very smart attack. I feel like the position could have been a little bit better. And you can see really overwhelming defeat now. The game definitely looking in favor of Koczis and Bludmaster at this point. And there it is, Knights coming down and slaughtering Madgamer's wonderful late game base. Madgamer out of the game, and Mexican trying so hard to help his friend out. These guys are really good friends in real life, I guess, so so I imagine there's some personal things in there trying to help his friend out and his teammate. But his eager enthusiasm to get over there, sending soldiers in almost one at a time. Really just getting slaughtered, but I suppose it was a desperate moment as the game is called. There's no way Mexican can keep up against Koczis and Bludmaster 1 vs 1 or 1 vs 2, and especially when he's having such a hard time getting any kind of economy in, or using any of these resources. Look at that, 12 horses in the barracks. Really a shame. But anyway, we'll skip a little bit. And I don't want to get too far, because I don't want to like really screw with Madgamer's statistics. So I'm just gonna quit right now because I want to keep the statistics as true as possible, just so to really show how great Madgamer did in the late game. You can see he did a really nice job, but also Mexican T doing a wonderful job. Look at all this stuff being produced. Almost 10,000. Crazy. But you couldn't utilize a lot of that, and Bludmaster actually having a lot more weapons than I would have expected. Really, really nice job, and able to train almost every one of those. I kept a close eye on his barracks, and noticed that he didn't have a lot of weapons piled up, so having the most weapons produced, and even more weapons than Mexican, and actually training those troops, I mean, you can compare it right here, good 50 units more. Look at this, almost 100 more units than Madgamer. I think Madgamer had many more horses. We'll check that out in a moment, but you can see fighting stats, just bizarre high stats because of the game. Army graph. You can see Mexican finally was able to start training troops in the end, it looks like, in comparison. Actually, he had a lot of troops all throughout the game, maybe except for the beginning. You know, he did have kind of a lower peacetime army, but their attacks just weren't enough. It's funny, you see a lot of soldiers lost because I think a lot starved too, so nobody looked like they had really good fighting stats, except maybe Koczis. Anyway, here it is, drumroll, horses, and I was way off, holy. Almost nobody getting 100 horses, it looks like Mexican T did. Oh my goodness, I was way off. I guess he just gets so excited when you see all those horses, so we're looking at 100, we'll call it 200, and we'll call it 300 since these guys are just over 15. He's just under 100, so we'll say 300, and I said 340 at the low end, so hey, I wasn't too far off. And I don't know what else to look at. I guess food graph. You can see just the extreme larger bases needing. Yeah, I was gonna say larger bases needing more food in the first place. Look at the citizens. Mexican having so many. But I'm interested when iron started flattening it off. You can see at about 2 hours, a little bit before, about an hour 45, 45 minutes, people really started running out of iron. Coal also another one. You can see gold, coal, and gold. Not exactly similar, but anyway, these are game stats. Thanks for watching. Have a good